how we can raise our level of consciousness so that we can transform our lives, meaning the entire world around us. So we started with triggers. I first become aware of anything that brings me out of 100% peace. And I mean anything. Even those little things we label as not a big deal. If you are not in 100% peace, it's a very high chance we have a trigger amongst us. So boom. I'm triggered. Now, what story do I start telling myself about this experience? For example, I've been a very sensitive being ever since I was a child. At a very young age, I was told that I was too emotional or that I was too much. I used to always say sorry whenever I started crying. Pretty sure I literally did that last month. So I ran a big program of thinking I was too emotional, which then played out in my life, in my reality, in my friendships, in my relationships. A few of the many other mental programs that I would run would be call myself dumb for not understanding something. I would feel inadequate for not being farther along. I would judge myself for crying at the drop of a hat. That voice, the way that we speak to ourselves, I had to ask whose voice was that? Because no child is born judging themselves, criticizing themselves. We can begin to understand how layered this is. This is programming. This is not the truth of who we actually are, which is why it takes work to deprogram ourselves. What MSU will teach you is that just from our thoughts, we create more separation, more inequality. I had to realize that just because I called myself a highly self-aware person did not mean that I had a high level of consciousness. As someone that still runs many programs that I have to work on daily, I have to make the conscious choice to no longer suppress, avoid, or pretend like it's not there, because that is what locks it in. I choose to see it for what it is and love myself through it. So keep track of everything your mind is saying. Gain levels of awareness, because when you become aware of it, you can observe it, and that's when we can transform it.